Live.
We are. Hello, my name is Michael Nesvicil. Today I'm interviewing Victor Martin. It's Friday, the 17th of June, 2022. We are in his hometown of Burleson, Texas. This interview is being conducted for the Veterans History Project at the Library of Congress. Okay, Victor, let's get started with, give us some details about yourself. Your first, middle, and last name?
My name is Victor Armando Martin.
And your date of birth?
I was born August 14, 1987.
And where were you born?
I was born in Redwood City, California.
And your parents, their names and their occupations?
My mother is a daycare provider. Her name is Josie Cruz. I don't really have contact with my father, unfortunately.
It's okay. You have any siblings, brothers, sisters?
I do. I have two younger brothers, Noel Martin, Angel Martin, and two sisters too, Carissa Cruz and Crystal Cruz.
Okay. Any of them ever do military service?
No, none of them ever did.
Okay. What did your mother think about you joining the service?
She hated it with a passion. I will never forget, I was going through my teenage years, went to college, didn't like it. I was going through my rebellious phase and had talked about it before in high school. Originally, I wanted to join the Marine Corps. I thought about it. But going back and forth, I settled on the Army. But I remember when I brought that up to her, she's like, no, don't do it. You're going to die, all this stuff. I ended up talking to a recruiter. I want to say it was like right after my first year of college. We started going back and forth. And my mom said, finally when she came to terms with it, she said, it's okay. Just don't choose anything combat related. Originally, I thought about being military police, but I was like, I don't want to do that. I ended up choosing infantry, which blew everyone's mind just because they're like, you had all these options, you chose infantry. I was like, I want to be the guy who does stuff, not the guy behind the desk. Long story short, my mom, caved in. She kind of approved it, and I knew she resented the recruiter because this will go later on. But that recruiter, they see them on a daily basis. So every time she would see him, she'd be like, what's going on? What's going on? And he made her one promise, like, don't worry, he'll go to boot camp, he'll be trained, he won't deploy for a while. This is 2007. I graduated basic training. 2 months later, I was in Iraq. Yep.
Yes. You mentioned, where did you graduate from high school?
Patterson High School, a little small farming town in California.
Okay.
It's super small. It used to be the apricot capital of the world.
Wow.
Yeah.
What large city would it be near?
Let's see, I want to say San Francisco's about 2 hours north of it.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. You did a year of university work. Where was that?
I was a junior college, Modesto Junior College and CSU were the two schools I was trying to attend.
Okay.
Originally, I was trying to be a veterinarian, but I didn't like that.
Yeah. Did you hold any jobs between university and joining the service?
Oh, yeah, I had a bunch of little part-time jobs. I did fast food, Wendy's. I was a waiter for a while, which is probably my funnest job. And now, looking back at it too, I worked at Blockbuster, which is funny because that doesn't even exist anymore. It's gone. So when I tell my kids that, they're like, what is Blockbuster?
Yes. No. Don't get me started with...
I'm fading into history.
Yes. Okay, so let's go with, move on to your early days of service. When you went into the military, you enlisted. Why did you enlist?
Ooh, this is a great question. I'm ready to brush up on this and really dig deep. In the very beginning, it was just because I wanted something to do. I wanted purpose. And I'll never forget being a freshman in high school. 9/11 happened. I was just a freshman. I was little. I didn't really realize what was going on. I remember leaving my house and watching the news. But to me, it looked fake. It looked like a movie. I didn't pay no attention to it. But I got to my first period class. Never forget Mr. Klein. He was our health teacher. And he's just sitting there with his jaw dropping. I guess he had kids and nephews in the service. And he was freaking out. And at that point, I'm still kind of like, what's really going on? Then the morning announcements go on to it. Start talking about, this is the first time we've ever, in history been attacked, in America. And people were freaking out. And just kind of like, at that, I was still a freshman and there's nothing I could do. But it just sat in the back of my mind all these years. So I remember what I asked my mom, because my mom actually originally was born in Mexico and she came here, but she did it the hard legal way and she didn't get her citizenship until my junior year in high school.